Unfortunately, I miss out on all my audio.
Operating.
I guess I never noticed that my mic wasn't running. I didn't look. So that's my bad. But we are gonna voice over my stream, so there might be a loss in quality also. Hopefully this is sufficient though. I would like to do this in one take because this is a 47-minute video and I don't really have the ability or time to do this again. So but anyway, I'm messing with my controllers here because my controller has been doing this thing where it looks up, or rather just looks up and about randomly. Anyway, I'm jumping right into the DLC. I always double check if I have any of the Estes upgrades just to see. That's why I always go there even if I don't have anything. Or just if I don't remember, and magically I have one, you know. So I do remember I cut down a lot of this because I explore a lot. I take bathroom breaks, I take Google breaks, so I do a lot of standing around really. But I looked into at this point how to get the rest of my Estes upgrades because I was missing the bone shards, and I was also missing the last Estes shard I needed. So that's what I will be going for next, and that's what the next cut's gonna go to. So I didn't explore those places well enough. Wait, I guess I cut it out. Anyway, I upgraded my bone shard. I thought I didn't cut the Estes part out, but I guess I did. This is my first. Well, rather, I mean, I upgraded my Estes to max, so I have 15 Estes plus 10. I traversed the portion of the DLC to get to these guys. They were a fun fight. I'm not the biggest fan of game bosses because the difficulty spikes so much up from just 2. But it was a good fight either way. I'm only showing my first and second attempts and maybe close ones when I cut them down. I cut this one down in advance because I missed the audio. I'm still working down on cutting the rest of Dark Souls 2 and 3 now. That's gonna take time though, but I'll get to it. I just prioritize this one since it didn't have audio. So yeah, this is my first attempt. Charge heavies in this game do so much damage. It just if your weapon is like too heavy or big, it takes forever to charge it up. But the reward is big if you earned it. This is the last attempt. I think I was stuck on these guys for an hour, give or take. I don't know exactly how long it was, but it was definitely around an hour, I'm pretty sure. But this should be the last attempt. Really, I just learned that I need to keep them spaced apart as well as I can. Phase 2 was a little bit hard for me to learn too. There are multiple attempts in between these 2 cuts that I did. But there's a big learning curve. If you want to see the rest, they will be on the VOD. Unfortunately, the VOD will not have audio. It was my blunder, so I apologize for that. But I will not let that happen again. I will for sure go through my checklist, a new checklist. See, I thought it was a dead run here, to be honest. I got put in such a bad spot, but yeah, you cannot fight them. Obviously, you can't fight them both at once, but it's just a little hard to keep them spaced apart. Even the buildings don't hold them back. So, I'm surprised I did this one, honestly. I'm already down a third of my heals. I guess I just locked in at some point, huh? But these fights are so cool. The music's so cool. This DLC was amazing. It was worth the 3.5 hours I played. It was worth investing the time. Like, if for whatever reason you haven't played these, then please play them. How the hell did I win this? I only have 8 years now. Even I'm surprised at that. I think I relied on place breaks, that's why. Yeah, once one goes down, it's so much easier. But it's a really cool fight. I just hope the drop in quality from pretty much rewatching it from stream isn't that massive. It looks good on my end, so as long as it, looks as decent as it does on stream, I'll be, or on my screen, I'll be happy. I have 6 heals and I somehow do phase 2. Or is this a close attempt? This could also be a close attempt. I don't think I edited that much though, or cut down that much. But yeah, Dark Souls 3's bosses were amazing. Nameless King, Midir, and Gale were definitely my favorites of the game. Even though Nameless King I had so much trouble on, I liked it a lot. It was such a cool fight. Do I really do this with 5 heals? Like, the bosses get so tanky. One swing did that much damage. Man, I guess I just locked in, huh? Sheesh. Embers as a heal, by the way, they full heal and then they improve your health. I don't know by how much. I think it's a percentage, but I never really looked into it. I just kind of relied on them for the 16th heal, pretty much. I love the lasers that these enemies have. I'm sure the bit rate is fried there, unfortunately, but not much I can do. This is the best that I'm gonna get, unfortunately. I'm really bummed out about that loss of audio. Such a rookie mistake, but I didn't check my gauges. God, he looks so cool though. So 3 heals left with 2/3 health in the boss. Oh yeah, the voice breaks are huge in this fight. I almost relied on the Pine Resins to do just like a little bit more damage, because they hit really hard in this later game. Get me there. I'm trying to get that voice break so bad. Yeah, light rolling is the way. I feel like I wouldn't be able to do these fights with medium rolling. Those dodges are so on point. And I get a charge heavy here. Hit the second one. So this is really close. I got 1 heal left. I feel like I'm playing, man. Sheesh. I'm trying so hard not to lose this, and I get the voice break one last time to finish it. So there's another cut after this. I do a lot more exploring. I do a lot of exploring in these games because there's so many goodies. Oh yeah, I find Midir because I had knocked him down off the bridge. He is definitely the coolest dragon to fight in all of Souls, including Elden Ring. Spoiler alert, the DLC might have something to say about that, but as far as I have played, Midir is definitely the best dragon. This dude is basically like Shin Godzilla if he didn't have all that freaking damage on his body. But look at this. He charges up the damn breath into a beam like Shin Godzilla. That's like my favorite attack. It's so cool. My buddy was saying that he didn't think I would do it with just a strength build. I thought I was dead there, honestly. That's why I didn't even move. I didn't see any health on that bar, so... Anyway, my buddy said, I don't think you're going to be able to do it because he has so much health and strength builds struggle. So, nah. I got this. I struggled, don't get me wrong. I think I want to say I took less time on him than I did the demons, honestly. God, that attack is so cool. So this is like a getaway of doing a voiceover. I'm literally just watching my stream and talking over it in a private stream. I will repost this and just private the other stuff because I don't think it needs to be out there besides the VOD, obviously. So I'll private the edited down version and replace it with this one in my voiceover because there's no point in having two different versions. Like the other one will have higher quality than this one, unfortunately. But I think having the voice is... Having talking is really important. Wait, I do like no damage to this guy. And yeah, I learned that fighting him in his face is so important. It's so much easier to track attacks and avoid them like by rolling than it would be by hanging out at his side. That attack was rough to get out of though. He is just such a cool design. I like this fight a lot. This is one of my favorite fights of the game, I'm pretty sure. My first attempt was the strongest attempt, I think, besides my last attempt, obviously, when I beat him. I love that attack. Look at the wings spread out. It turns into... It's almost like his dorsal fins are popping out like Godzilla's. It's really cool. Beautiful fight. I did really well for my first try, all things considered. I mean, I'm out of heals, so it's like, I already know I don't even have my half health and I'm done with all my heals. But I think it's fun to see the before and after pretty much. I think it's important to see like the first attempt and then the last attempt because the first attempt is always like the best besides like the one that you beat him in and the other close calls that you die in. It's like a weird psychology thing where the first attempt is one of the strongest attempts in the many attempts that you give a boss fight. I don't know the science behind it, but I'm pretty sure it's a thing. I took my L there, but I got really close. I got him down to a third. I was pretty happy with that attempt, and then I was stuck on him for another while longer. And then here I cut to the last attempt. I don't know why I let the loading screens drag on so long. No, I'm gonna have to mess with that for my future attempts and cutting down videos. So I try to get a hit in while he's running because it's a little hard. Otherwise, like while he's doing that. I panic roll here because I didn't know what to do. Looks like a dead run, you know, but it's the ones where you think the run is dead that make the most progress for you. That is such a cool attack too. I don't know how I didn't dodge it into that properly, but God, the two sets of wings. It's just such a beautiful design. The music too. FromSoft just pops off. Like, my buddy got me into these games. My first one was Elden Ring, and I tried Dark Souls prior, and I wasn't the biggest fan. I couldn't get past the broken sword, you know, on my own. It was just it lacked the guidance that I was playing with games at the time. Like, you know, Assassin's Creed. I had all these, you know, waypoints on what to do. I was younger, so I needed to get my handheld with these games. You still need to do that, like 9 times out of 10. But when you finally get past the whole, hey, you're not going to get your handheld part, they're so much funner because you have to really rely on yourself or your friends or Google, you know. But yeah, my first FromSoft game was my first FromSoft game was technically Dark Souls and then Demon Souls Remake. But the first FromSoft game that I properly beat on my own was Elden Ring. The one that I actually did everything and enjoyed properly from beginning to end on my own. I 100%ed that game. I just had such a great time with it. Yeah, because I fought the Elden Ring dragons and they did not feel nearly as aggressive or as scary as Vier did. Not even Placidus X. He didn't even feel that way. He feels so menacing to fight. Like, this is what I imagine a proper dragon fight being. And I like it a lot. It still hit me, man. I hated that flame. That flame always caught me. Again, see? Even though I expected that, it still got me. It's such a bummer. Man, he's got such a cool look. I cannot get over it. I really enjoyed this boss fight, despite how tanky he is. I usually hate piles of health, but he's just so cool looking. I can't even hate it. And I only did this with pine resin. I don't think I did it with any other buffs. Look, 3 heals, half health, basically. 2 heals, half health. It's like, how does he do it, you know? But these are the ones you have to have faith in. You cannot give it. Like, man, he's just so scary looking. I'm pretty sure he's blind. When you hit him off the bridge or something, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Dark Souls lore buff, but I think he's blind. Imagine if he wasn't, how much stronger he'd be. My time for Ember. Man, these fights are so intense. So menacing, man. He spammed that tech a lot. The little dark attack maybe? Not little, but AoE dark attack. The sprites. I avoided it actually. Oh, I spoke too soon. I did not avoid it. Do I beat him in this one? I don't know if I put the other close attempts. Sheesh, that was close. I hate when the lock-on doesn't work. I think I get a voice break. If I'm not mistaken. Jesus Christ, look how close it is. Oh, I have a water. I have a water. I got hydrated there, buddy. Sheesh. At this point, my adrenaline is going. I'm locked in, dog. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk. That's how intense this is. And I was like, the voice has been broken. This is it. This is the final attack. And then I told my buddy, it has been done. They said it could not be done, and it has. Man, that was such a cool fight. Oh yeah, in this fight, when I first tried it, so there's no second cut to this one. I buffed a lot more early than I needed to there. I didn't realize that the fog gate was right there, so it was my bad. For future reference, if anybody plays this game, this is buff right before the fog gate, not the big door. So I first tried it. I think I used all my flasks. Those designs are so freaky, by the way. I didn't realize that that was the way they talked. I was confused. I didn't know if I should attack him or not. And I was like, well, he went at me first, so. I got the taser out. My big taser. They do a lot of damage. I didn't even realize. It's kind of not something you take into consideration as you play, and you already take so much damage, but they do a lot of damage. And I try to burst him before he summons whoever the hell he's summoning. And I got the charge attack off. And it's one of those painter dudes from the first game. I four-shot him, basically. And he's summoning... My buddy called him Sasuke, and I was just like, I can't even deny it. That does look like Sasuke. Half-light Spear of the Church. You know, just another Christian fighting for God. Now it's just me and him for a bit. Basically, like PvP slash what is it called? PvP slash NPC fights are a lot more easy for me because the greatsword just does so much voice damage. There's a lot of close calls in this fight too for me. That was a really bad roll. I was just happy that the walking was enough. And then they summon a second one. So it becomes a 2v1 for a bit. So I start panicking a little. God, the music in this game is just so beautiful. I would love to go to an orchestra for one of these games. Or rather, the FromSoft orchestra. I know there's an Elden Ring concert, but it's only in Europe for now. As of June 21st, 2024. I haven't seen any concert dates open, unfortunately, but I would love to go to one of those. We've only ever been to one other orchestra, and it was Joe Hisaishi. He's the guy that does the Hayao Miyazaki music, Ghibli music. Thank God I had enough stamina to get that fourth hit off. Stamina is so important in these games. Look at the damage that did. 2 hits. Yeah, I end up chugging through the rest of my my Estus from the rest of this fight. Yeah, that ain't Sasuke. I don't know who is, bro. It is one of the better NPC fights. I found it more satisfying than the wolf one from the first DLC because the wolf one just felt a little annoying because there was the 3 regular wolves, and then the alpha wolf along with the dude. So I find it such an annoying fight. But I think this fight is cooler, objectively. You get a pretty good amount of slaps in this in these DLCs. Here I cut through to the cutscene to get to Gale. It's a weird cutscene. I don't understand much of the lore at all because I don't really research. I more than anything play these games for the difficulty. One day I'll look into the lore, but yeah, I don't know what this means. I don't know how she was able to just sit on it and then I barely touch it and it cracks and crumbles. And she wakes up from her nap like, yo, what the hell? And I'm just like, ah. And then she teleports me. I don't know if she teleports me to a different point in time or if it's an illusion or something, but she's pretty much I don't get it, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you. It's a little hard to gather. I need to read the context clues, aka the items. Flashbang alert. Sheesh. I'm not even staring because it's so hard. So, my Mark Zuckerberg. It looks so funny doing everything in the dragon mode. But yeah, I don't get it. Did time skip? Was it an illusion? I don't know. One day I'll understand. But I was confused at the time. This is such a cool arena for a boss. It's so open. Like, it's always so... I noticed in a lot of boss fights, it's... The more space you have, the easier it is, because you could sprint away, you could dodge away, you don't have to worry about running into a wall. And that was the case with this one. It was just so nice to be able to have such a free range to fight. It almost felt like an Elden Ring open world fight. Here I check, like... Yo, what's that thing back there? It's nothing. There's nothing there. It was a waste of time. Yeah. I just wasted time. I could have cut this out, but I felt like, why not? Just leave it in. I just explore, you know? And so here, I don't see him now. I hear him.
Fillion the Red Hood Eater.
So I skipped his dialogue because I was hoping maybe I could talk with him to trigger more dialogue, but that wasn't the case. So from that I just gather, oh, I should just follow his trail. You know, where else am I supposed to go? And I look around because it's such a great view. It's such a weird setup. I mean, I don't even know how else to put it. So it's just a weird atmosphere, but it's so cool. Yeah, I mean, this is such a cool way to organize a cutscene. It's kind of like POV cameraman. Like, it's actually someone like seeing this, you know? These are some crazy designs for obviously the bosses themselves, but like everything. Like, there's so much attention to detail to everything, even like whatever the hell the dudes he killed are, and it's just they look good. There's a lot of detail to them.
What? Still here? Handed over that thing, your dark soul.
Said it. You know, the game's over. You know when they say it's over.
For my lady's painting.
Just threw a body at me. Like, what a cool way to use a cutscene. Like, what a cool intro cutscene, I should say. I'm bumbling my words. I'm doing this in one cut, so hopefully this is well enough. Obviously, I don't know what to expect. This is my first time fighting him. But fighting him was very reminiscent of what I imagine Guts Berserker form fights. It's really cool. He even gets like the automatic crossbow. It's such a fun nod. I was hoping the Dune would cover me, and it didn't. I relied on the Dune a little bit there. I noticed like every 3 hits, as long as I did them pretty close to each other, he would get staggered. I didn't get any hoist breaks on him though, unless that counts. Like, and you don't really get any like opportunities to repost. Drinking right in front of him. It's such a stupid mistake to do that. You can tell at this point I'm just panicking, looking for an opportunity to drink. I'm surprised that hit me. I didn't roll it, that's why. I'm still learning the patterns, obviously. I was stuck on him for a good minute, too. I think I was stuck on him for like an hour. He was definitely the boss I was stuck on the most next to the Demon Princess. I think I get him into like his pseudo second phase. Maybe not. No, I do. I think I do. I like how some bosses have like really projected attacks so they're easy to roll, but Nameless King just gave me so much trouble with that I could never really read his attacks very well. Said it again. Man, the music's so good. He's such a cool boss. Just to top off. See, there's the automatic crossbow. So, in this phase, the thing that gave me the hardest time was the dude's cape. It wasn't even so much his sword, it was his cape tracking behind it. I also do chip damage to him too, it feels like. It took so much learning to get this fight down. See, this is, I think, a pretty good attempt for the first time. It's so cool, like his aura has like the faces of, I don't know, their skulls or like spirits. It looks so cool. I rely on, with my strength builds, I always rely on like, oh, I got him into third phase. I died though. Does that count as third phase? I think it does, right? Yes, it does. That's the lightning stuff, so. Pretty sure this is the last attempt. I don't know how deep I was in. But, I've got it down pretty well. I could have done this fight a lot cleaner, especially at the end. You'll see. Yeah, see, I relied on that third hit to stagger him. I love how the music intensifies with each phase too. It's such a cool detail. And this also looks like it's not the best run. But you just gotta have faith, you know? Especially with the Dark Souls games, or any game with a similar format where boss hard, you have to give many tries to beat game, you know? I love fighting with the greatsword, not just because, you know, I'm a berserk lover. Obviously, I like berserk a lot. But it's because you have to really play the fight carefully. Your attacks are so slow; they do damage, but your attacks are so slow that you have to be very careful when you pick your swings. You have to be real tactical, and I like that. Because I'm not doing the most damage. Like, I'm doing good damage considering how tanky these guys are. Sheesh, brother. I almost lost it there. Those embers are so huge as a heal. See, that cape just kept slapping me across the face, man. There it goes again. It was pissing me off every fight. It was that damn cape doing the most damage. Maybe there's a proper way to roll into his attacks. But man, that freaking cape just kept smacking me, man. I've died to that thing, or rather I took damage to that thing quite a few times in the past, so I'm glad that I learned how to avoid it. God, these fights are such a spectacle. It's so hard to play them sometimes without breathing. You can't really take it in when you're too focused on surviving. Look at that sick shot, bro. He just mid-air shotguns you with the freaking crossbow. I don't know why I do that. It was such a freaking risk taker, dude. I don't understand how none of those attacks hit me. I was hoping that swing would stagger him. That somehow didn't hit me either. Buff time again. 4 buffs this whole fight, I think. That's the only buff I relied on, by the way. I don't use like Power Within. I think Power Within was a... I mentioned it already, but I thought Power Within was a mistake of a spell to attempt to use. It wasted like 2 levels for me. It's so close, dude. I'm locking in though. I'm like, he's so close. And I get greedy. I got no heals. I miss. I have no health. I go for it. And then we trade. Tragedy struck. Did I lose it? No, I did not. I cut into it pretty quick, but because there isn't much after, I just looked around and then there was really nothing to see. So here I put all the embers at their thrones, and then I prepare to end the game here. I thought that was interesting too, how they don't like the darkness, so they want you to take their eyes. It just didn't make sense to me, but it's a cool concept because they're seduced. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, I had put all the ashes down into the thrones, and then I start the process to beat the game here. This is the last boss I need.
Noble lords of Cinder.
Homie just died there. I felt bad. And she said it, the fire fades. There it is, she said it.
And the lords go without thrones.
I just really brought everybody's heads to the damn
Surrender your
thrones.
fire to the true heir.
This game is beautiful. She just sprinkled some dandruff into my hair. Thanks for that. I really care about quality, so I'm going to be a little bit bummed out that this quality is going to be kind of like taken down a little. So I'm going to do my best to never let this happen again. This is really an important part for me, like the quality that is. I want it to look as nice as possible, so
Let him grant
I do
death
apologize that hopefully this is just a one-off.
to the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
God, the music just got such a good energy to it. Man, that Berserk Eclipse, it's so cool. Homies just popped squat there, huh? Yeah, he was just sitting. I think that was like a bonfire that he pulled the sword out of. Yeah, it is. That's a coiled sword. So I do first try him. It took all of the Estus that I've had. That attack, the U-turn attack, that one got me every time. Broke my ankles so many times. And this is cool because he changed his stances here. And he turned the sword into a staff. And he does this a couple more times where he pretty much changes stances and has different abilities. And in the moment I called him like the Avatar because he did everything. But yeah, such a cool boss too. And he hits with the Kamehameha. So I'm trying to stagger him. I almost died there. He switches stances again. He still has some magic on him, so I'm like, man, attack me, please. He does pyro now. I buff again. Power within. It's cool little somersault attacks. The music is so cool too. He just flicked the fire into my face. I'm over here fumbling. I just fought two really hard bosses. My stamina is low. And he has a super cool like Final Fantasy wombo combo. That was also a really cool attack. Like, he's just railing me. I didn't know that attack would do that. I did hit him there, I think. I staggered him as he pushed me away, and he gets up too quick. Such a bummer. 4 heals in a dream. Broke his posture again. Oh no, he's going into the second phase. The pleen pleen plon, man. And the sick wombo combo. Beautiful fight. Everything about it. I was eating it all up. Got the stagger off. I didn't get the crit off, unfortunately. I'd probably die if he grabs me there, unfortunately. But we don't get grabbed, so that's good. My wife came in as I was fighting him too. She saw the end. He hit me with that second swing on that combo. And then I just need to get one more hit off on him. But I'm gonna heal just to play it safe. And then he pulls a lightning out of nowhere. What a cool ability. Get the last swing off. And we end it. Did it. Dark Souls 3 was conquered. And I do the Fire Fades ending because how fitting, but to finish it with the name of the DLC, or rather the Fire Fades, you know what I mean. End it with the name of the game. My wife thought her design was really pretty too. It looks really cool. I do like it a lot. So we just let her do the thing. We let her turn the lights off, and then the game pretty much ends. And that was a wrap for us. We did it. Dark Souls 3 is definitely one of my favorite games. One of the games I enjoyed the most in a long time. Definitely the best out of the Dark Souls for sure. Number 3 is such an important number, you know. That's like the number of perfect games, you know, like Halo 3. I would give more examples, but I honestly can't besides Halo 3. Halo 3 was such a beautiful game too. Which, spoiler alert, I'm gonna play Halo games from
The first flame quickly fades.
Halo 1 up until I think 5, including Reach and ODST.
Darkness will shortly settle.
It's so quiet. You want to whisper, you know?
But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's Pass.
And then the noise mutes. The game gets dark. And I'm like, whoa, I could still move? Try to look around. It's a little hard to see, but I look around. And I move around and you can hear
Ashen
it.
One, hearest thou my voice still?
And then that's it. That's Dark Souls 3. Beautiful game. I would totally replay it. I think I cut it before the credits go, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, just a wonderful game. Very sad in case you couldn't tell. Very happy with that game. Totally will replay it again in the future, but hopefully this voiceover was sufficient because I was really bummed out that I didn't get the audio across. Hopefully I talked enough too. I didn't leave too many empty gaps in the noise. But yeah, the next games we play will be the Halo games. I don't know if we're going to do all of them consecutively. I might do like 1, 2, 3, take a break and then come back. I don't know for sure what the plan is. But the games are short enough. I think they're like around 10 hours each, like give or take. But they're not very long. So I should be able to get through them in a pretty good amount of time. I do plan on playing them in Legendary though, so that might add to the time. Anywho, I hope that was sufficient. That'll do it for me though. Bye bye.